This is the HiPipo Include Everyone program, a groundbreaking initiative bridging the digital and financial inclusion gap in the COMESA region.
We have come to the end of this wonderful Women in FinTech Hackathon here in Zambia. Over the past 5 years, HiPipo has been implementing the Include Everyone program in the East African region, with some of our flagship products, including the 40 Days 40 FinTechs initiative and the Women in FinTech initiative. However, we are now scaling the program to the COMESA region, working in partnership with COMESA Business Council and with support from the Gates Foundation. We have now hosted the inaugural Women in FinTech Hackathon here in Lusaka, Zambia, where 16 women-led teams from Zambia and Malawi participated. The hackathon kicked off with very encouraging remarks from the chief executive officers of both HiPipo and CBC.
The conversation started in a place where we strongly believe that when we empower women, when we enable you to innovate for women and men, we build stronger economies and help people lead healthier lives and build inclusive economies for everyone.
This project is a brilliant project because, first of all, I'm very happy. I feel very at ease with this audience because, I won't repeat what you said in a sense, but we're helping women entrepreneurs. This is something CBC attaches a lot of importance. We're also helping young people, and above all, we're working on technology.
I'm happy that we have reached this stage. Here we are, taking further the conversation between Malawi and Zambia, but also going forward, it will go on to the 8 pilot countries, additional 7 COMESA countries, and then eventually all the 21 countries at large.
Majority of the people in this room are Africans. So we have access to the broader picture of more than 1 billion people. But how are you going to sell your crafts? How are you going to sell your agricultural products? How are you going to help the farmer in the deepest of villages have access to a market in Europe without you leading in creating solutions and platforms that allow them to be accessible on the World Wide Web? Because it's the only rail that has been proven accessible in real time for anyone in the world.
We have had a wonderful team of very experienced facilitators and mentors led by Ms. Cleopatra Kanyunyuzi, who have taken the teams through a number of topics.
We've had 3 days of intense action. We started off strong on day 1, learning how to create a well-structured problem statement. We moved on to creating well-written business case documents. And then we also looked at solution design, where the participants were encouraged to always first think out the applications that they're building logically before they dive into the core functionalities that require coding. From there, we looked at prototyping, where the participants were encouraged to create mock-ups of their final products.
I shared with the team what Mojaloop is, so the fact that we are a foundation that looks after a platform, the platform being open source software for interoperable payments, and then a community that builds that platform and maintains that platform. The Mojaloop platform has a protocol to reduce transaction failure. And transaction failure is a key contributor to costs of cross-border payments. So by reducing transaction failure, we can reduce costs, and that's through the use of a protocol that first checks that the money is going to go to the right person on the other side, and secondly checks that it can actually be accepted, that the person on the other side has got a wallet that's big enough to allow the money to come in. Not too many transactions have been through.
In terms of business registration, my role was to advise them on the laws that apply as they are getting themselves established. They need to know how to register their businesses. They need to know how to comply with the laws that are applicable in that area. And also, in terms of intellectual property, I was there to advise them of their rights as they are coming up with these different innovative ideas.
Most of the women that have participated have just started their businesses, and most of them are startups. The main aim of coming up with a marketing mentorship was to help them better promote their products in terms of branding. How should they brand? How should customers identify their products?
The facilitators also helped the teams to understand the use of Mojaloop open source software and level 1 project principles, which they incorporated in their products.
Overall, for me as the lead facilitator, I've seen a lot of potential in what the teams have been doing, their involvement and enthusiasm to learn, especially when they got introduced to the Mojaloop system and also the level 1 principles.
One of the biggest pain points as a developer when developing a system is stressing about how you're going to connect your system to payment gateways. So it's actually a good thing that at this hackathon, we're learning about a technology called the Mojaloop, where it's acting as a hub that is connecting us to different financial services. It's quite an innovative technology that will help a lot of people.
The core principles of the level 1 are inclusivity, interoperability, and most also push payments. Now, talking about inclusivity, we are bringing together low-level income households or low-level income people to be able to participate in this financial scheme. So according to the level 1 principles, they try to include as much people as they can, even those that are on a very low income. And when you look at the principle of interoperability, it's connecting DFSPs together. So we're looking at banks, MNOs, and having open APIs so that if you build anything else according to these principles, it should be able to interoperate with different DFSPs.
First of all, as a tech person, I've learned about Mojaloop, which is a very interesting technology that will help bridge the financing gap, especially for underserved women.
Before we came here, we didn't know about the Mojaloop, but after we have been introduced to Mojaloop, that is a switch that is connected to different digital service providers. It means should our ideas come later in future, that will include integration with payment gateways, will not have difficulties. It will be easy for us to integrate and make payments across the COMESA region.
It's giving us the security that even when we have the money, holding people's money, it's secure, and we'll have end-to-end encryption and privacy for people's money.
I, for one, being not part of the tech world, it was amazing to see different kinds of people coming in with brilliant ideas on how to solve problems. Remember, we're living in a global village, and this global village needs solutions. So if we're talking about trade solutions, we're talking about what the future looks like.
In parting, I'd like to say I've been very excited to meet all the women in this Women in FinTech Hackathon. And I really encourage you to carry on looking at the Mojaloop platform for more than one reason. It's an enabler for payments.
I would like to applaud the teams for understanding concepts in a very short time and for being able to develop viable products, as we all witnessed in their presentations.
The participants have been really cooperative and very engaging. We've seen more ladies getting involved in the core aspects, the very technical aspects when it came to creating the solutions.
As they were presenting their projects, you could see that these women, they have what it takes to make a difference, you know, in the fintech industry.
Very good ideas in such a way that if implemented well, if promoted well, they're going to have a huge impact on the economy, especially in support of women entrepreneurs.
I'm excited to see some of this knowledge and the ideas that can be generated being learned by women in fintech, and I think that's, for me, that's really exciting.
When we have more women come up into these spaces and they're contributing, they're creating solutions, it's empowering. We are getting more and more women on board that are building solutions that address the specific needs that women have, because they are better placed to understand what it means to be financially excluded because of your gender or socioeconomic status.
The participants have had a very thrilling experience whereby they have had an opportunity to connect with the like-minded people and learning from some of the best in the sector.
The hackathon has been an eye-opener, and we've really learned a lot, and we appreciate that we're here.
Women should not limit themselves, and there's actually a lot to do and a lot to learn from each other. With this hackathon, we have actually realized that a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of business women have a chance to go for, and they can actually do it.
So just appreciation for this hackathon. It has been very insightful.
We have learned a lot starting from the facilitators.
The hackathon has given us an opportunity to collaborate, innovate, and also network with different like-minded people.
The experience has been very insightful, especially that we are a Zambian startup. We're just grateful, and we've learned a lot. We've learned how to penetrate the market, at least what to start from, and also how to scale beyond just Zambia and Malawi.
It's been an exciting journey. I have learned so much from the facilitators, the mentors, and I have done a lot of networking. I've met some friends from Malawi, Uganda.
We have networked with different brands, and through the mentorship that we have received, we believe we'll grow our clientele and we'll expand our business.
Our entire experience here has been very positive. We have learned how to work under stressful conditions because we have been only given 3 days to create these applications. So it has really taught us how to create apps in a timely manner and to follow schedules.
The experience overall has been good, but nerve-wracking, stressful, and quite tiresome, but I would say it has been worth it.
We have really benefited a lot during this hackathon, and we have learned that the way we saw fintech in Malawi, it was a small market. Now that COMESA has connected various countries across Africa, it has really shown us that we are big on the market, and once we dominate on the ground, we will be big than the way we anticipated.
We have learned how to come up with a business case and make a compelling business case presentation.
So grateful that COMESA and HiPipo put us together with Malawian people to just learn and interact and also see how best we can collaborate and partner.
With a heart full of gratitude, we would like to say thank you to the CBC, the HiPipo, and the Gates Foundation for organizing this type of hackathon.
We are very happy that majority of the participants were women founders and they developed women-centric solutions.
70% of women traders face financial and regulatory challenges.
Most women in Africa running a small business or their households, they face significant financial exclusion.
Most of them don't really have smartphones and stuff, so that's why we thought that it was wise for us to also start working on a USSD application. Other than that, we also have the mobile app. So
Mama Pay is an online platform where customers can go there and they can process payments there, they can join savings groups, make cross-border payments, and also have access to financial literacy models so that they can better manage their money.
I would like to congratulate the winning teams, but also encourage all the participants to continue pushing their products. Like the HiPipo CEO said, the Women in FinTech Hackathon is here to groom future leaders.
This initiative has groomed women into becoming group leaders, into them organizing themselves and registering organizations that become corporations. So some become CTOs, some become CEOs, some become COOs and the likes. And once in a while, fintechs that started in the Women in FinTech initiative break through. They make it to the market and they're serving 500,000 people, 1 million people. And then these are now global leaders in innovation.
With generous support from the Gates Foundation and in partnership with COMESA Business Council, HiPipo is empowering communities to ensure inclusion and shared benefits for everyone.